Hey guys, my name's Chris and welcome back to Chriservator. Not Chriservator, welcome back to Wolfenstein the New Order. That's what I normally say, right? Yeah. So last time we broke into the, Eisenwald Prison, and we found our contact in the prison, the lone resistance fighter that was in there, and it was Private Wyatt. We got out and we were driving along and he stopped behind this mist from a fountain that was kind of hiding us from the camera feeds, and we all disembarked the vehicle, and he said that we're just going to have to jump into the fountain without being seen or the Nazis are just going to shoot us all to death. Sounds good, huh? Well, let's dive right back in, and the music's just going to cut in, so don't be too surprised by that. So we'll resume. Yeah, I really do feel like I need to get some subtitles for those. What in the world does that German say? There's our fountain, and here's me jumping. Let's do this!
I'm so sorry. There was no grate in front of that hatch when I left. I've been in prison for 3 months. I'm so gosh dang stupid. Shouldn't have seen me for it. Great job keeping us alive out there, Captain. It's good to be home.
Hold me, I'm freezing.
Max, oh, feeling mutual, Max.
Put them down, Max. Gently.
Whoa! Stand down. This is Klaus. He's one of us. He was a Nazi before, but he's on our side now.
Easy, Johnny.
How is this possible? We're in the very center of Berlin. You're hiding in plain sight.
It's the last place they would look out.
Will they not hear us?
Best to keep your voice down, then, yeah?
Fuck me. B.J. Blazkowicz. I should have known only you would be dumb enough to do a daytime entry.
Yeah.
Glad to have you back, Wyatt.
Caroline, you're alive.
If you call shitting in a bag living. 3 pulverized vertebrae. You?
Head trauma, 4 inches of cast iron shrapnel right in the conch. Still in there.
Severed colon, septic shock, shattered pelvis.
Memory loss, flashbacks, 14 years in a loony bin.
Good to see you, William. So, what can you do?
For your collection, Jay. Wow, so happy to see you, man. What's it been, 3 months since they hauled you away? I thought you were dead, actually. They send people off to that prison, they don't come back, you know? It's a trip, and you brought some new cats with you, actual reinforcements. It's cool, man.
I am hearing interesting things out of London. I have a folder marked Project Whisper, but someone has borrowed it. Klaus, I believe it was. Can you find it and bring it to me, would you please, Captain? Now that you are here, I think we can do great things. Why don't you sit with me, Miss Anya? Listening on these frequencies. Anything out of London, make a note of the time and write down as much as you can. Here is pen and paper.
Can I do typewriter?
You know how to type.
Yes. My parents thought I should learn.
Ah, for you to take dictation, prescriptions and such.
Not really. It was useful during my time at the University of London for my doctorate in archaeology. Then the Blitz came and I had to go back home. I was only 16.
Well, Doctor, please assist me in figuring out what these damn Nazis are up to.
I don't remember this guy being there in the Fergus timeline.
You can find Klaus on the second floor. He should have the folder for project with him.
It's cool to have a little guitarist guy hanging out.
Max, ich suche schon die ganze Zeit nach dem Hammer. Hast du ihn gesehen?
McToss.
You know about before, going off on you like that. It's a force of habit.
No worries, Johnny Cowboy. It's not the first time it happens.
Yeah, perhaps you should consider removing them tattoos.
I will, in time. I was, as you Americans say, all wet when I got them. And I'm sorry to say it was a very proud moment of my life. I want removing them to be an even prouder moment. No more Nazis, no more tattoos.
So long as you don't get in the way of me killing Nazis, we'll see eye to eye. Caroline's looking for a document folder, Project Whisper.
Max doesn't speak English very well, but he does know Project Whisper. It's a risky business operation. He knows what it'll cost us to pull it out. Max doesn't like violence. He doesn't want to see anyone get hurt. Alles in Ordnung, mein Sohn. Wir werden für dich kämpfen.
Caroline said you borrowed the folder. Do you have it here?
I did take it 2 days ago, but I put it back. Go to the ground floor. The folder should be in the drawer in a desk in her room, where I left it.
Dude's got
Make a
anger.
looky-loo in Caroline's room. The folder should be inside a desk.
Oh, it's so good to be home, Captain.
What a name. Probst.
You know, I think I might need to catch some Z's. Yep. I'll see you when I wake up, okay?
Enjoy, man. Editorial. Is the terror threat over? Berlin, October 13, 1960. A strange feeling of serenity comes over me as I walk my morning promenade along Unter den Linden. As, at first, I struggle to understand what this feeling comes from and why I haven't felt it for so long. And then it hits me. For the last 6 months there's been no terrorist activity. No ruthless killing sprees against innocent civilians. No car bombs in peaceful neighborhoods. No suicide attacks on public transports. Has the secret police once and for all won the war against terrorism? Mold infestation in Berlin. London, May 15, 1953. It's fair to say that there's some sort of poetic justice in this. Reports from our resistance friends in Berlin suggest that a new type of mold spore has started infesting structures made out of the super concrete used by the regime. It has started festering in the massive underground ventilation system and is spreading throughout the city. Friends of the resistance, this could be a major advantage for us. The mold seems to corrode the stability of the concrete, making it easier to destroy structures that are important to the regime in Berlin. That's interesting. Benevolent liberators guard China's borders. Shanghai, October 25, 1953. Thanks to the ingenuity of German engineers, the Great Wall of China has been reinforced and upgraded by our benevolent German liberators. Hundreds of powerful automatic flak cannons have been installed along the wall, guarding the airspace from any potential invaders from the Mongolian territories. Elite German troops have also been stationed from one end to the other to guard the border. This is a great act of generosity bestowed by our benevolent liberators, symbolically marking the beginning of a new era of peace in Asia. America loses naval supremacy. Tokyo, August 20, 1946. The Americans are on their knees, Field Marshal Franz Gustav Bayers told the gathered reporters during today's press conference. The superior German submarine fleet, accompanied by its loyal Japanese allies, has helped Germany achieve a major victory in the Pacific, with more than half of the American fleet destroyed at the Battle of Lake Gulf alone. Distressing. The liberation of America has begun. Washington, January 7, 1949. The honorable German peace troops embarked on a nationwide victory tour this week. The goal of this operation is to liberate the oppressed American people and protect them from dangerous insurgent elements. All remaining American military personnel are advised to stand down and report to the nearest German checkpoint. Once there, they'll be issued a labor card assigning them to work on rebuilding the country according to the superior cultural standards of the new regime. Editorial. Germany has betrayed us. Rome, October 13, 1949. And so we must face the bitter truth. We, the Italian people, have been fooled into thinking that our northern ally would be our country's salvation and a collaborator in rebuilding Italy to its former glory. Reports from the north are coming in describing German tanks and infantry turning against our soldiers and attacking our own people. Witnesses describe horrible scenes of whole villages burnt and plundered. We are now just days away from a complete invasion, and our weak government is incapable of doing anything about it. I advise all Italians not to surrender. Do not bow down to the will of the invaders. Rise and take up arms. Do whatever you can to fight back the tyranny. Rise for freedom. America rises from the ashes? The American spirit rises in the shadow of the mushroom-shaped cloud that was produced by Germany's evil atom bomb when it hit New York. Cells of freedom fighters have assembled across the country and are taking up arms. Through targeted attacks on German VIPs and bombings of crucial military installations, the American resistance is making it very difficult for the invaders to remain in control. Reports claim the German invaders have become so desperate that they are shipping elite anti-rebel units from China to prevent the insurrection from spreading. Eyewitness accounts also describe mass executions of civilians as punishment for attacks performed by the freedom fighters. Well, that is not a good way. Atomic bomb hits America. Paris, December 21, 1948. The largest bomb ever invented was dropped 13 hours ago on New York City, largely decimating Manhattan and killing over 200,000 people. It is an atomic bomb, said our great leader in a radio broadcast speech to the public. 20,000 times more powerful than the biggest bomb ever created before. But more than a bomb, this is a warning to the American people. America surrenders. Washington, December 24, 1948. Speaking to the American people in the falling snow on Christmas Eve, the President of the United States declared the government total surrender to the German army. The announcement comes just days after the atomic bomb was dropped on New York. This final act of violence may have saved millions of lives that would have resulted from a land invasion of America, said the German leader in a press statement following the announcement. I applaud the President for taking such a brave decision. After the President's speech, a spectacular show was put on by the invading troops parading down the streets of Washington to the roaring sound of German jet fighters passing by overhead. Even more spectacular were the massive mechanical beasts known as Panzerhunden, or armored dogs, hulking over the crowds. Japan pushed back another threat approaches. I don't speak Chinese, and I'm not going to butcher that. March 7, 1948. It was a proud moment for the Republic of China and the People's Liberation Army as the Japanese were pushed back into the Hubei province. Yet from the north, another dark menace approaches at a swift pace. The German army has overthrown the brave Russian Empire and is now moving toward China. During a rousing speech earlier today, the chairman spoke of his faith in the Chinese people. A unified China cannot be defeated, he said. A unified China cannot be conquered. A unified China will never surrender. Yeah, until they get nuked too, right? This is very important. Cannot lose the hamburger.
Must be Max's room. Paris at the Project Whisper folder. Either need a crowbar or find a way around.
Thank you.
Can't seem to go out the way I came in. That'll do.
Schüttelt's Bäumelein, da fällt herab ein Träumelein. Schlaf, Kindlein, schlaf.
Leave me alone, all right? I don't know you, and I'm not looking to make friends.
Exit level.
Much obliged, Captain Blazkowicz. You ready for an assignment? Friends and comrades, this is it. Project Whisper. It's been in development for years. A helicopter aircraft. The Nazis have found a way to make it virtually silent in flight and undetectable by means of radar. Anya has decrypted the Nazi chatter out of London and located the only 3 prototypes in existence at the London Nautical Research Facilities there. With Captain Blazkowicz on the team, we are finally strong enough to strike at the operations. The days of scurrying like rats are over. With these machines in our possession, we can go anywhere, hit anything. We will rebuild the Kreisau Circle, arm ourselves to the hilt. We will rise up and take down Death's Head for good. They think the war's over. That we are weak, beaten, don't have the guts to oppose them. And as always, they are wrong.
I've got a 14-hour drive. I've got a sinus infection. I haven't had a full night's sleep in 8 months. So let's go, people. Because I'm not doing this again.
Thank you for doing this, man.
Stop. I just want to get this over with.
Blondie! Beruhig dich! Schwarzer!
Blondie.
Die Papiere bitte. Danke. Sie können passieren. Ein Liter!
Oh, Hitler. Fucking Nazi twin. This big fucking disgraceful building is the London Nautica. This used to be downtown London. Used to be fighting in the streets over here. I mean, furious, unrelenting resistance. And then the Nazis brought in the London Monitor and everything went to shit from there. They just do whatsoever they please now. They just fucking leveled everything and erected this fucking monstrosity. It's a top Nazi research facility, this is. Aviation, space, all kinds of evil shit transpiring. Caroline and the other pilots should be over the radio tower by now, you see it. Anya's operating the radio back in Berlin. You can reach him using this. This is where you get off. So long, Blazkowicz. You make this count, all right?
The big boom. Not that way.
You'll have to find a way to the top floor of the Nautica and open the hangar doors. That way me and the other pilots can get inside.
Must be this. I mean, there's an arrow. Oh, I'm dumb. Of course it's this. Look at the laser cut over the fence. Recharges a little bit. Oh! Not it.
Jesus, he's done it, hasn't he? Almost 300 kilos of explosives in that trunk. Could feel the shock wave from over here. It's all up to top of the radio tower, approximately 7 blocks from your location. You'll have to find a way to the top floor of the Nautica and open the hangar doors. That way me and the other pilots can get inside.
really wanted me. Let's put a silencer on that.
Bobby's death will not be in vain.
No sign of the London monitor. We might be okay, assuming we don't crash our hang gliders.
At least it wasn't as sturdy as the other ones, huh? Too many all around me. Seems like we're gonna have some silly music on this. you here?
Nazi on the moon. Fuck you, moon.
Nazis on the moon. What a world. Tell you what, that sounded like 300 pounds of explosive. It was really, really loud. Gotta wear headphones. Some good quality drivers next to your ears. Really heightens the experience. I'm not gonna have to press the map button. I'm gonna press the map button.
Inside the room door is a door to the maintenance section. Look for a door on the outer wall near to the top of the door.
about that. It didn't look like there's room to run, so I didn't even try. We'll try this time.
Hopefully the elevators haven't suffered any damage from the blast.
Klingt, als wäre jemand oben auf dem Aufzug. Vielleicht sind sie hier, um uns zu retten.
Shooting the brakes off an elevator. What could go wrong? Better stand on the counterweight.
That's not scary or anything.
I think I found something.
What do you see?
Ancient artifacts. Highly technological in nature. Parchment. Looks like Hebrew. I think the Nazis are trying to reverse engineer all this stuff.
Are there any identifying marks?
Doth? You should. Dog, Abel, apostrophe. Abel, Tara, space, yoke, item, Charlie, Hal, Uncle Dog.
Might be something in our archives, Anya. See if you can find any references to Dot Yishud.
Will do. Be careful out there.
I like her, Blaskovitz. Good catch. Be sure to bring as much of this Dot Yishud stuff as you can carry.
Will do.
Creating the perfect mind. In Bristol, October 10, 1960, is one of the key figures in computational science. Dr. Ernst Brandt was the inventor of the first AI system to be used in one of General Strauss's war machines, the Panzerhund. Now his gaze is fixed on the next challenge, the creation of the smartest non-human intelligence in existence. There are many benefits for society if such an artificial being could be created, said the soft-spoken doctor to us when we met up with him last week in the Modern School of Computer Science in Brussels. Not least because it can help us automatize the process of determining who is a decent citizen and who is not. It is a tantalizing thought indeed, which is why General Strauss has granted Brandt an increased funding to his research project. I'm not reading very well today, huh?
Gotta be a way in there.
Nope.
One more.
improve.
I see a small planning channel behind the north wall. Look for some form of access point on the floor. About 2 floors up is an access point leading directly into the hangar. You should be very close. The hangar is where the Project Whisper helicopter prototypes are kept.
Peace. Peace.
There's my helicopters. That's it, engineer. It's your bottom dollar, it is.
Didn't think so.
There's a control room on the upper level. From there, you can open the hangar.
Gibraltar Bridge opened. Madrid, October 3rd, 1957. The biggest bridge ever built was finally inaugurated yesterday evening in front of a gathered crowd on top of top Nazi politicians as well as specially invited upstanding citizens in the area. The honor of cutting the ribbon went, of course, to our beloved leader, who was flown in from Berlin this morning and held a short but powerful speech afterwards in front of an impressive instruction crossing the Gibraltar Strait. I was moved to tears, said Wilma, a local shop owner. He has such a way with words. She wasn't the only one moved to tears. Gunther Grunwald, head engineer of the project, received a special thanks from our leader. I am speechless, said Grunwald afterwards. I don't know what to say. What happened here?
Well done, Blazkowicz. Don't move, you're getting visitors.
You folks are crazy. Oh my god! Look out! No. Klaus! Klaus, are you alright?
Are you okay, mister? Nothing broken.
Gosh, dang it, Klaus! Be more careful, alright? I can't have you dying on me. Captain, pick up Caroline. Put her in the pilot seat of the last helicopter.
Come pick me up, Blazkowicz. I don't have all day.
My hero.
All aboard!
How did you survive? I thought you were dead.
Don't remember much. Remember punching Hans Gross in the face. Remember ascending into the sky. For moments there I thought I was going to heaven. Then falling, then pain. First pain of my life. Felt like my insides were running out through my back. Could barely move. Had to crawl. They found me after 3 days in a ditch. Long months in a Kreisauer hospital bed. They were shoving tubes in me. Infection. These things I don't want to remember.
I'm sorry about your legs.
Don't be. I've learned how to fly. Trust me.
No way, no way, no way!
Have you finished complaining? For now, this is top priority. What is the dot ye should? How can we get in contact with them? Anya, what do we know?
Very little, but I have some ideas.
Good. Anya, you take the lead on this. Blaskovich, whatever she needs, you help her find it, yeah?
William, I could use your help. Could you come over here for a second?
I think that's where we're going to call it tonight. You know, it's an hour, and I'm trying not to have hours, but it seems like the mission takes an hour. But hey, to recap, we found the resistance, and we broke into the London Nautica, and we stole the Project Whisper helicopters that are invisible on radar and silent in flight. Now we can go anywhere. We can do anything, and we can maybe even kill Wilhelmstrasse. Death's Head. That's the goal, right? That's the goal. So yeah, if you like what you see, you can like it, you can share it. I suggest a subscription. I try to upload. I know I kind of dropped the ball last week. There was a lot of stress. But most of that's passed now, so I'm going to try to get back up to 5 again this week. Try to upload Monday through Friday. Hour-long gameplay. You can see the story here. It's a pretty cool story, I think. Yeah. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. Let's talk about something. I don't know. I can answer questions. But hey, we'll see you guys next time. In the meantime, enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.